But we got Stuttering Craig here from Side Scrollers, and he's saying it's become even more obvious the people who work in and write about the industry you love hate you. And honestly, I do feel like that at times. So when it comes to Western, video game industry, I do feel as though they do not have respect for the people they're asking to buy their games a lot of the time. They make it known. They don't hide it. Especially when it comes to developers or the companies themselves, they spit in your face. Then you have these journalists that are literally egging on developers and companies to hate the people that they sell product to. Stop listening to these fucking journalists. They are killing the video game industry. Formerly of Screw Attack. So I do completely understand that sentiment that Stuttering Craig here is talking about. He said, "Let's take action and reclaim our voices in video games." And hashtag take games back is now the real Game Awards. The Game Awards, the official award show of gamers. Learn more below. And my issue with this is that I have to question how knowledgeable is even Greg on video games, because I watched Side Scrollers because Alex was on it, and even he had to correct everyone on the panel about gaming. Uh, they pretend to know things that they don't know. Like for me, I didn't spoil myself on Elden Ring, for example, so I don't know who the final boss is. Fucking, they're assuming who's the final boss in fucking in Elden Ring, and Alex is like, no, like all the people that you're naming in Elden Ring, this isn't the final boss. Like, do you guys play video games? And I just died when I heard him say that shit. It's like I have to question how knowledgeable y'all are in gaming, or at least look, for me, I don't know everything about video games, but I don't sit here and pretend to know. I'll tell you guys, I don't know. If you guys can give me some information, to me, like, I'm just the average gamer. I'm not here to act like I know every fucking thing. I don't. I love learning new things about gaming every day. If it be from the past, if it be from the future, if it be from fucking things that I'm not knowledgeable about. I want to learn more shit. So I'm not here to pretend that I know shit that I don't fucking know. But from what I saw from Side Scrollers, they kind of just play it off. And I don't really like that. That doesn't sit too well with me. So from that alone, it's like, not that I value the Game Awards. You guys know that I make fun of the Game Awards every year. I think that they absolutely have nothing of value to offer to the industry. And so it's not like I value them at all, but at the same time too, I don't really see Side Scrollers being like a true alternative that I think gamers want. But first off, I think gamers want very apolitical commentary on video games, other than when it comes to the average gamer. The thing is, when you're part of like being anti-woke in the gaming space, you're not seen as a average content creator. People automatically see that you do have a political slant, which you do. And to be honest, I do have a political slant. Like for me, I do see my channel as a gaming channel, but I will talk about politics being shoved into video games. I do stand firmly against the whole woke culture bullshit. So I'm not here to pretend to you guys. Remember the nutshot censored. Oh no. But I feel as though this is more than just this is just appealing to your side. Because I'm not going to necessarily value their opinion either. You know what I mean? Like, I don't value their opinion. But let's hear Greg here out.
A few months ago when I announced Take Games Back, I, like many of you, had pretty much just reached a tipping point. I was and am just sick and tired of seeing gamers just disrespected by journalists and even people within the video game industry.
Absolutely.
It is amazing to see an industry that has just such disregard for its customers. Take Games Back was and is a call to action. Just such disregard.
I'm a professional game designer, and I'm worried that I'm starting to hate gamers. Watching the gaming events on YouTube last month with the chat on was an extremely disheartening experience. Every time a character that wasn't a cishet white man appeared on screen, the chat would fill with messages calling the game woke or complaining about DEI. Every game that wasn't a shooter or a hyper casual competitive online game garnered Z's and boring comments. And it's like, well, maybe you're making a games that don't appeal to your audience or have no audience. Ever fucking thought of that? I mean, and they said, then I checked Twitter, and it's just people complaining about Metal Gear Solid 3 Remake is not yellow enough. People telling me there are right ways and wrong ways to beat Elden Ring, Else Ring. He called it Else Ring, and people are hating on the new Dragon Age because the trailer doesn't match the tone they had imagined for it. I mean, what don't you mean because it looks nothing like Dragon Age of old? Yeah, I don't understand the whole yellow enough comment. Please define yellow. Yeah, that would be nice. Because that could mean two totally different things. So I've seen people implying that the MC in the Fable trailers is ugly, the main character in a Fable trailer. Yes, the bitch is ugly. Because it's a self-insert of some random level designer working at Playground whom they have deemed not fuckable enough. Well, that's not true. The whole point of that situation was that the bitch was so fucking ugly and so not like the actual not like the actual actress that the character is based off of, that it actually did look like some non-binary looking motherfucker. That's how poorly their design is. I don't know, it's just the internet magnifying negative voices, I guess, doing what it does best, but it's making me real tired of gamers. And really, at the end of the day, motherfucker, y'all brought this shit upon yourselves. You could have stayed apolitical forever and not push politics into video games and in your fucking fuck shit into video games and your virtue signals and all this fucking dog shit that you've been pushing for all these years. But guess what? You pushed it. You wanted to politicize gaming and your choices and your actions. And that is why we're here now. Now, everything is hyper politicized all the fucking time. Some of it justified, some of it definitely not. I will say that both sides of the aisle do go overboard at times. And this is why, like, honestly, I don't fucking, like, I really just have a hard time co-signing anything. Because I feel like people just take things too fucking far, and it's so obnoxious. Melissa Mercanti probably made this post. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. But this is a product of the industry endorsing the very thing that's killing it. And this is what you have now. You have gamers that are constantly disheartened and distrusting of your fucking choice making. So, I'm sorry, Mr. Game Developer, that's crying that gamers have issues with your choices, but y'all motherfuckers brought this shit upon yourselves. It is what it is now. We're here now, and it's not going away. And you're not going to concede, and clearly, the side that you take issue with is not going to concede, so you're going to have to get fucking used to it. So, yeah.
Guard for its customers. Take Games Back was and is a call to action because something has to be done. And since I made that first announcement, journalist.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, the journalist, you have done that yourself. Exactly.
Activists have almost like doubled down. We've seen journalists dox people, literally call people's wives, and even challenge people to physical fights. I mean, what a joke.
And the fact that the industry can't come out and denounce Alyssa Mercante goes to show, man, that they have no interest in peace. They don't care. They don't care. So why should we? You know?
As I said before, it's one big club and you're not even invited to it. And the worst part about it is that these people have the gall to think that they get to decide the best games of the year at some overly corporatized, super sterile award show that plays it safe. Not anymore. Starting today, Take Games Back is officially called The Real.
What the fuck is this music? See, this is my thing. It's like the Game Awards is cringe. And here's the thing. There's like, you know, the side of that goes with the woke political ideology, and their shit is super fucking cringe. And then like the other side calls them out. And it's like, yeah, it's cool that you call them out, as you should. But then the other side does their shit, and it's just as cringe in its own way. It's a different type of cringe, but it's also fucking cringe. So it's like, I'm just looking at both sides like, y'all are both fucking cringe. What are we doing here? The Real Game Awards.
Game Awards.
It's like, yeah, I don't like this name because then it feels like you're just desperate for validation. Exactly, Biona Rad. That's what I feel like. That's how I feel about it. I do feel like both sides are cringe as fuck. But this title just feels desperate for validation.
The phrase "for gamers, by gamers" is extremely cliche, but I gotta be honest,
it is.
That's exactly what the Real Game Awards is.
And I have to question that. Who is going to vote on this? You know, like who the fuck? I just don't like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like the Game Awards. Like, I don't care what some fucking arbitrary dickhead has to say about video games. I do not want gaming to mimic Hollywood. I do not want gaming to mimic the music industry. I don't want this. It makes no sense. Gaming is its own thing entirely. It's just different. And it should mark its own path. It should make its own trail. It should stop trying to fucking copy all the other entertainment industries, because gaming is its own thing. You won't remember this? Exactly, lowest expectations. Fuck Hollywood. Fuck trying to mimic Hollywood. Fuck them entirely.
You decide what you like best, not some.
So what is this, a vote?
Out of San Francisco.
So is this like just a general? Is he constructing like a generalized vote for the public masses?
Or New York? We're gonna remove all that bullshit product placement and all that celebrity nonsense that's thrown in there. Get right to the core of it. It's about games. If you're tired of all the nonsense in the video game industry and want to help reclaim the voice for actual gamers, become a voting member of the Real Game Awards. And hell yes, we're
paid supporters,
which is why it costs $30 a year to become a voting member.
$30 to vote on this shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me, brother.
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000?
That being said, I would love to see a video game version of the Golden Raspberry Awards.
The Golden Raspberry Awards. That would be interesting for sure. Censor, thank you so much for the 5, bro. Yo, this is like the latest fucking get-rich-quick scheme. Like, are you fucking kidding me? It's a game award show for gamers, by gamers. The only way you get to vote, though, is if you pay $30. Like, I was starting to warm up to the idea. Neo, thank you so much for being here, brother. Take care of yourself, man. Have a great fucking weekend. But I was starting to warm up to the idea if they just gave it to the gamers, if they just created a website, and then, you know, at the end of the year, they have, I don't know, something where they have a general like pool for gamers to pick what games should be the top 5 to vote on, and then after that you do the final vote where you just let all the gamers fucking vote on it. That sounds cool. I was like, okay, I mean, at least you're giving it to gamers to make the decision. That's cool. But now he's saying there's a monetary fucking there's something monetary that you have to pay just to be able to vote. That shit is laughable as fuck. Stupid shit.
Member. If you become a member today, guess what? We're actually taking suggestions for categories right now. Yes,
you need that money. You really need that money. Absolutely.
Voted on in this year's award show. In 2024, we want to do a digital event because our goal is simple. We want to save as much money as we can for 2025, where we can hold a physical event. I don't care if we do it at a Buffalo Wild Wings. The point is, we gotta take action. With that said, it's time for you to take action and help reclaim the voice for gamers in this industry and hobby that we all love. Go to therealgameawards.com and become a voting member and start suggesting categories literally right now.
Yeah, Russell, honestly, that's what it feels like to me as well. It does feel like an anti-establishment grift. I'm sorry, I'm just disinterested and not trusting of either side when it comes to this kind of shit. It's just I have trust issues in general. And the anti-establishment side proves, when you give them leeway, that they kind of just want to be just like the establishment, but they're the ones at the tippy top. Not everybody's like that, but when you give them enough to be able to make some moves, that tends to be the case. And so that's just why, like, bro, I just want to be left alone, I just think that this is one big crock of shit. I know that some people in the chat, you guys may like Craig and you might like side scrollers, but I gotta be honest, it sounds like bullshit to me. It sounds like a get rich quick scheme. If you're into it, man, shout out to you. You do you, but I can't be fucking bothered. I really fucking can't.